students, in our last lecture of business research methods, we have discussed about type 1 and type 2 errors. We have discussed that type 1 error and type 2 error are inversely related. So if we try to reduce type 1 error, that increases the chances of increasing type 2 error and vice versa. So once again, we can see this graph, and we know that if we reduce the confidence level, that will reduce the area of acceptance range, and that area of acceptance range decrease means a value that a value of mean that may be close to mean would get out of that acceptance range, and that would be an error. And if we increase the acceptance, if we increase the confidence level, that means we increase the acceptance range, then it is possible that we get a value of mean which falls in acceptance range but is actually significantly different from our mean value, that is 3. So reducing the probability of type 2 error increases the probability of type 1 error. In marketing problems, type 1 error generally are considered more serious than type 2 errors. As we have discussed, that type 1 error shows that there is a relationship even if the relationship does not exist. So that is more problematic in marketing, that the marketer considers or thinks or assumes that there is a relationship while the relationship is not there. So marketer keeps on doing whatever the marketer thinks, but it actually does not happen. To reduce type 1 and type 2 error simultaneously, the researcher needs to increase the sample size. So ultimate solution for reducing both the errors simultaneously is increase the sample size. Now we'll discuss that how we select or how we choose the statistical techniques or tools that we must use for data analysis. We'll discuss in some next slides that there are many options or many tests available for data analysis. So which test or which techniques we must use, that depends on these factors. Making the correct choice can be determined by considering the type of questions to be answered. So first and the most important thing that we need to consider is the type of questions to be answered. What is the objective of research? What actually the research is trying to find out. So depending on what we are trying to find out, we may choose the test. One simple example of this is, should we go for mean, should we go for median, or should we go for mode, or should we just need to see the frequency distribution. So depending on what are our research questions, we need to decide which statistical tool or technique or test will be used for data analysis. The number of variables involved, this is again a very important thing to be considered. Depending on the number of variables that we are actually examining, the tests are different, and the level of scale measurement. The other important thing is that there are some tests which are good for certain type of scales. So depending on the scales that we have used, we need to consider the test. In our next slide, we will discuss how different scales influence the tests. So type of variable. So there could be these types of variables. Basically, we have learned that there are 4 basic types of variables: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. And fourth one that is considered in this system is nominal proportional. So if the data is interval or ratio scale, leftmost, and depending on the is sample, so if the data is in interval or ratio scale, the tests that we can use are Z test or T tests. For interval or ratio scale, Z test or T test. So what can we find out using these tests? Is sample mean different from hypothesized value? So Z test and T test let us understand whether the sample mean is different from hypothesized value. We'll in further slides we'll discuss where we can use T test and where we can use Z test. Then next, in case of ordinal scale, chi-square test is used. This test helps us to understand are rankings evenly distributed. Then in case of nominal scale, we can use chi-square test or Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. This test help us to understand is number in each classification equal. And last is if the data is in nominal proportional scale, then t-test for proportion is used, and this test lets us to understand is observed proportion different from a hypothesized value. So the important thing is that most of the questions are interval or ratio scale. So we need to understand whether we should use z-test or whether we should use t-test. So let's understand that. First, what is t-distribution and t-test? T-distribution is a symmetrical bell-shaped distribution. So it is a symmetrical bell-shaped distribution just like a normal distribution with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1.0. So where t-test is appropriate? T-test is appropriate for test involving small sample size. When the sample size is small, t-test can be used. And this, what is the definition of small? If the sample size is up to 30, then t-test can be used. Further, with unknown standard deviation, when the standard deviation is not known and sample size is small, we can use t-test. And for comparisons involving the mean of interval and ratio measures that we have discussed earlier, that if there are interval or ratio scales, sample size is small and standard deviation is not known, we can use t-test. And what about z distribution and z-test? The z distribution and the t distribution are quite similar. These distributions are quite similar. The z-test is most appropriate when the population standard deviation is known. So when the standard deviation is known, we can use z-test. Z-test can also be used when standard deviation is unknown and the sample size is greater than 30. So if sample size is greater than 30, we can use z-test. Whether we know the standard deviation or we don't know standard deviation, we can use z-test. Sample size less than small and standard deviation known, again z-test can be used. Sample size less than 30 and standard deviation not known, t-test is used. So these 4 situations, and in 3 situations we can use z-test. One situation where standard deviation is not known and sample size less than 30, we can use t-test. This is all for this lecture. Thank you.